I went to church today, so that was really fun. I haven't really been to church in a while, or I haven't been consistent with going to church. So, if you guys know me, I was a children's ministry director and I worked at a church for 4 years. So, I'm used to going to church every day, but I have been in my own zone, in my own lane, and I have not been worried about church, to be honest. So I'm just like, let me get back in church and let me do that because I need some serenity and I need some self-care. So, yes, I went to church. Anyway, church just helps me out. My daughter, she's a part of the children's ministry, and so she enjoys that really a lot. So I also enjoy the interactions and fellowship that I get, as well as the word. So I'm like, there's no reason for me not to go. I should just go instead of staying home, sleeping in. Like, no, girl, take your booty to church. So that's what I did. If you guys have not been to church in a while, and if you guys are spiritual or religious, then this is your reminder to go to church. Anyway, so what the word was about today was your weaknesses and your strengths. And in your weakness, you are strong because God is with you. So that was interesting because I've done a video before on David and Saul and just how God used David even though he was small in stature, and he used him to literally kill a giant. A giant that was 7 feet tall. David, I don't know how tall he was, but I know he was small in stature, and God used him to show people that even though you're weak, God is strong and God's power flows through you. Because if God chose the strongest man, the tallest man to go against this giant, everybody would say, oh, that's because he's so strong, or that's because he's so tall, he won. No, even when you're feeling that you're not qualified, even when you're feeling like you don't have the right tools, or even if you feel like you're not equipped enough to go into a situation, God equips you. As you go on your journey, one step forward, you may be confused. So don't be afraid to do something if you feel like it's not for you, or if you feel like you are my dog. Hi, Asher. Come here. Hi. Yeah, he's so sweet. I'm such a sweetie. Okay, but anyway, I got very off track just now because I wanted to really talk about waiting for God and God's right timing. So let's get into that. So God's timing is not our timing. We may want something, or we may, ask him for something. Like, for an example, I have been fasting for a week because I wanted something. That's not why you're supposed to fast. You're just supposed to fast for the glory of God and his honor, and to give thanks to him for the things that he has done and the things that he's going to do, and to just build that relationship with him. Not just the things that he does for you, but build that closeness with Jesus and build that relationship with him. So he may not do something when you want him to do, but he is an on-time God, which means on time for your needs, not your wants, but your needs. And like when you tell a child no to something and they don't know why you're telling them no, but it's to like help keep them safe. When you're waiting for something, for God to give you something, when you're asking him to give you something, don't get upset when you don't get it. Don't get upset, because God is working things out behind the background, and he is in the details, and he is packaging things up for you so that it could be delivered to you when he wants it to be delivered to you. I was thinking about how when I was almost getting kicked out of my apartment, I had to find a new one. And I was saying, God, please help me find a new place. Like, don't let me and my daughter just be out and homeless. I was praying, right? So some people would not accept my application. Some people told me the units weren't available. Some places were way too high in rent money. So I kept on looking. I was looking, I was doing the work. God's not just going to give you something. You actually have to participate in your blessing. Like, you have to participate in your process so that he can get you to your destination. Like, if you just stand still and do nothing, you're going to get nothing, right? Closed mouths don't get fed. But as long as you're walking on your journey one step after the other, God's going to see your progress. He's going to see that you're doing the work, and he's going to help guide you, right? He's going to hold your hand. He's going to let you see your next step, and he's going to guide you to your destination. So, and I'm not saying your destination is death. Oh, dear Jesus. I'm saying your destination to your success story and your destination to your next. Okay, because after your next, there's going to be another next and another next. So yeah, what ended up happening was I was down to my last week in my previous apartment that I was living in. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm going to be kicked out, right? Like, I don't know what to do. So what ended up happening was an apartment that I had applied to previously that told me no units were available ended up calling me and telling me that a unit was available and it would be ready in 2 weeks. Well, I had 1 week left on my lease. So I called the rental office and I asked them, I said, hey, I don't get to move in for another 2 weeks. Is there any way that I can extend my time in this building for another week? And thank God they said yes. So I got my apartment, moved in, you know, people helped me and everything. And I was golden. Like, I was so happy. So God may not show you all of your cards at once. He may not give you what you want right away. You know, he may not show you the full picture until it's time. Okay? Because when it's time, it's time. Like, you got to stay on mission. You have to put in the work. You have to make sure you're still treading on your process and looking at your mission. Okay? Like, don't stop the mission. You have to keep going. Your legs may get super tired from walking on your journey, but as long as you can put one foot in front of the other and call on God when you need some help so you don't fall. You call on God and God will help you. So look at your success, process, and you guys stay blessed. And I will talk to you guys very soon.